Imagine someone is admitting to you that they are stressed or they are anxious. How do you react? How have others reacted when you have told them you are stressed or feeling anxious? Why do we feel embarrassed to talk about our stress and anxiety? Common reactions can be to invalidate or minimize by suggesting that stressors are insignificant compared to another, or this is life, or ignoring them by changing the subject, or talking about someone else's difficulties. We all treat these reactions as normal. However, these can serve to further internalize stress and develop anxieties, putting pressure on the individual to cope without support, and even making it harder to use these emotions in a productive way. These stigmas have come from both external and internal sources. When relating it to my experiences, it only became apparent to me how distressed I had been after my father's loss when I received the diagnosis of a critical illness, and then the focus turned on me. I realized how I had isolated myself from my near and dear ones who really wanted to support me, and how my behavior may have affected them. With the entire focus on guilt and sadness of what I should have or could have done in that situation, my shades were so dark that I could not see the experience for what it was, a loss, and that a grief reaction was normal. I just needed to be kind to myself. Externally, people may have regarded an admission of stress as a weakness and thought that if one person seems stressed and another doesn't, the latter is stronger and more capable. As we begin normalizing the emotions of stress and its reactions, we learn that firstly, everyone gets stressed and anxious at different times in their lives, and admitting emotions or their reactions is certainly not a weakness. But more importantly, stress and anxiety do not only hinder but sometimes motivate us as long as managed correctly. Internally applied stigma can be more difficult to overcome. Over many years, we have become fearful of admitting certain emotions like grief, sadness, stress, and anxiety. This can be more prevalent in some people or cultures or environments, but the problem remains the same. We ask ourselves questions like, why am I unable to deal with, for example, grief? Why should I need to ask for help? Or, why do I feel sadness? My problems are no larger than the person next to me. We rarely ask these questions when we have physical problems like a broken arm or leg. If one person has an intolerance to milk or an allergy to pollen, we rarely question why our body reacts to such stimuli in a certain way or shun away from seeking help or using even medicines. This distinction is important, as not only the reaction but also the magnitude of how certain stressors can affect different people is very important. By internally invalidating or even feeling guilt or annoyance at these emotions, we restrict our ability to support ourselves and use the emotions to our advantage. Such a stance can make us feel isolated and disengaged not only from others but from our own selves. Today, I want you to write down what is it about stress, anxiety, and sadness that you fear acknowledging or talking about. Watch my next video here, and if you want to learn more on how to have great mental health, subscribe to my channel here. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, tell it to all the people you know. Thank you for watching.